All right, hi guys, it's a new month. I've chosen green for this month. The birthstone for August is Peridot, P-E-R-I-D-O-T. Never known how to say that. Even though August is my birth month, I know the birthstone is green. It's not this color green, but it's green. But I've yet to figure out exactly how to pronounce the stone, which is fine. Don't need to know how to pronounce it, right? You just need to know it's green. It's I think the only birthstone that's green. There are others, like there's more than one that's red. There's rubies and there's something else that's red for birthstones, but there's only one green one. This is it, August. At least I'm pretty sure. Maybe I ought to look that up. Well, not right now. Okay, so, I'm gonna have to make a note to Nicole that even though we've switched days and it's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, they still say July. That's incorrect. These should be August. So I'm sure that will be fixed by the time you see this. So just look at the date and not the day. I mean the day and not the date, not July, it's August. And we're going to go to this one. Today's pattern is called Abbey by Silky Wagner. And apparently it is a brick pattern. So you will do this up down step right there. Up down, up down, up down, right? And then on the other side you'll do it opposite. Up down like that. And we'll just keep going back and forth like that. Up down until we fill up whatever space we're going to fill up. And then inside that you can fill it in and just make a regular old brickwork, or you can embellish inside each of those shapes however you feel led. Look at that one. I like how that one was embellished. These ones were done like this, and then these ones were done with circly things. So let's do that. Yeah, for just a moment, I'm going to actually Google. Okay, Google. Didn't do what I wanted. Okay, Google. My phone's not listening to me, you guys. I need to do this instead. Google. I guess I'm going to type because OK Google isn't working. Birthstones. Not work. It's not listening to me, people. Working is not what I wanted. This phone is kind of frustrating. You know, things work great when they work, but when they don't work, they work awful. B-I-R-T-H-S. Birthstones. I just wanted to make sure the green this is the only green one. Oh, no, it's not. What do you mean that site can't be reached? You just showed me the picture. I take it back. Birthstone is not, I mean, okay, I take it back. I'm completely wrong. See, I don't know my birthstones. I only know my birthstone because it's in August. Apparently, emerald is also a birthstone, which is green, but it's a dark green. And there's one called bloodstone. I have no idea what that is. But it also looks kind of greenish. That's not right. Yeah, bloodstone? No. It says aquamarine. Okay, I guess it depends on which which chart you're looking at too, as to what month is what stone. Well, that just stinks. Okay, let's see. How about this image? Does this image go? Does it work? Yes, that image works. All right, look at, there they are. That image worked. I know I'm off on a tangent here, aren't I? But I needed to know. Okay, emerald is a dark, beautiful dark green. Peridot is this kind of light green. I did a pretty good job with color, actually. Kind of a limey green. And then it looks like there's one good purple, a dark purple, February. The Alexandrite is kind of a lightish purple. Interesting. And then we got two reds, a ruby and a garnet. And we got a pink. And then we have three blues, a dark, a medium, and a really light blue. And then, of course, diamonds, which is just clear. And then an orangey yellow citrine. So, okay, I was completely wrong. I am not an authority, but at least now I am better informed. We're all better informed, right? Okay, back to tangling. Sorry, I got completely off on the wrong on the tangent there, didn't I? Okay, let's see. Here is my string. And I'm wondering if I don't want to just make a kind of a heart-shaped area, because that string does sort of end up heart-shaped. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a border. You will note that my borders most of the time are not straight. That is very wonky. Wonky is my thing. And I'm going to go ahead and make a big heart-shaped area. Like that. And then I'm going to erase all my string bits. Like that. Okay. So now within that heart-shaped area, I'm going, no, inside or outside? I guess we'll go outside. I'm going to go outside the heart-shaped area, and I'm going to do that up, down thing. Like so. And then we're going to follow that, and we may make it opposite. So this is here. Once I get started, I'll be okay. I just was getting started to make sure I'm following that. Like that. And then another one. Okay, and then here we go like that, we come down and up. You only see parts of this. Like that. And I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to go this way. That. like that, and like that. And then I'm going to go the other way. You would see part of that, probably like this. I want to make sure we have some continuity here. I seem to be having a hard time going this direction. I need to do it this way. I don't know why, but I do. You need to turn your page so that it flows for you. For some reason, having it quote unquote upside down was not working for me. Could I make it more uniform? Sure I could. Am I going to? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I am just doing my thing. Right? Like that. A little crooked, but that's all right. Something along that line. There we go. Now I have it all in the background. And then I'm just going to fill it like the original shows by filling this middle part. Just like that. And this is going to take a little minute because for some reason coloring always takes longer than drawing. Don't know why, but it just does. I guess it's the amount of surface area that you're filling in is actually pretty large. Whereas if you're just drawing a line, it's not actually that much surface area. Goes faster. Something like that. That's the original step out without a variation, and I think I like it. I was thinking about adding a pattern in here, but you know, I'm starting to feel like I don't want it. I'm just going to shade that heart. That doesn't line up quite right, but no one's gonna notice but me, right? You, me, and the fence post. I was in a Facebook group this morning, not a Centangle one, just a general art one. And somebody was concerned that they weren't progressing like everyone else in the group, that they weren't getting the lessons, right? But you know, they were comparing themselves to people who were posting their work in the group. And I mean, you're supposed to be encouraged to post your work in the group. And I admit, I have not posted any of my work in the group. And a lot of it is just because I haven't done any work. I've been following this particular lesson, but I haven't actually had time to do any of the work. So I haven't posted anything in the group, right? But I also know that even if I was following the lesson, at the beginning stages of the lesson, I would probably not post my work because I wouldn't feel confident yet of my skill. And this will happen in all groups. If you're not feeling confident yet of your skill, you're not going to post your work, right? Whether it's drawing or woodworking or accounting. I mean, it doesn't matter really what it is. If you're not feeling confident in your work, you're not going to post it. You just aren't. And comparing yourself to people who are posting isn't fair to yourself, because especially in art, you know, it's a journey, right? Or any other skill. But I think it applies most to the arts. And I consider woodworking and mechanical skills and machining and any other building skills also to be artistic endeavors. But if you're first learning a skill, you know, you're going to have a learning curve. You're not going to do it perfectly the first time. And unless you're feeling confident that being perfect isn't important, like this. This is wonky. Completely and totally wonky. My squares are not evenly spaced. Not even close to being evenly spaced. You know, look at mine and look at the sample. Look at how beautiful that sample is. And then look at mine. Okay, but it's okay. I'm confident enough in my art that it's okay for it to be wonky. Wonky is okay to me. But for some people, wonky is not okay, and they want it to be more like the sample. And I could guess if I worked on this really, really hard, I could get mine to look just like the sample. I could, if I really worked at it hard. I don't want to work at it hard. I want to be wonky. But I could get it better. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't want to compare my beginning steps with somebody's not beginning steps. You know, some of these people who are doing these lessons on this online lesson that I've been following, you know, they've started at the beginning and they've worked their way for several weeks and they've gotten better. And now you're seeing the results of many hours probably of attempts on their part, that we never got to see because most people don't post their first attempt. You know, unless they happen to get lucky and their first attempt is spectacular for some reason. Most people don't post their first attempt of anything. You know, if you have never ridden a bike before as an adult, you surely probably wouldn't post online on your social media your attempt at riding a bicycle the first time when, you know, you had to have somebody hold you up and balance you, because it would be embarrassing. You know, you wouldn't post it. You would wait until you've gotten some skill, and then maybe you would then post a picture of you on a ride somewhere, you know. Same sort of thing. People are constantly comparing themselves to someone who has spent more time at it. And it just frustrates me. So don't compare your beginning with somebody else's end. That's what I'm trying to say. Compare your beginning to your end. If you're comparing yourself to yourself, that's fine. You know, I have made great strides. I have made progress. I'm feeling good about my progress. Don't look at somebody else's strides. Somebody else may make strides faster than you do in whatever it is you're doing, whether you're learning to ride a bike, whether you're learning to draw, whether you're learning to speak a foreign language. Some people grasp it faster than others, you know. Comparing yourself to somebody else's speed or natural ability, it just robs your joy. I hope you saw some of that, because I forgot I was all zoomed in, so I hope I didn't go too far off screen. But there you go. I've completely filled that in. I'm just going to shade that heart and be done. So don't rob yourself of the joy of doing whatever it is you want to do, of learning something new, just because you can't do it perfectly the first time. Do it anyway. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the process of becoming better. Okay, I want to put a little bit of shading right along the edge of this heart. And it's not going to be a lot. It's just going to be very subtle. Right here. And more up here. I want it to be really round and poofy. So I think it would be more round and poofy on one side than the other. So it would have more shade on one side than the other. So I'm going to put it on this side. Decided all of a sudden that it's this side that's shadier to make it more poofy. And I'm going to use my blending stump. And I'm going to blend that out, because that's what helps your eye to see the roundness of the shape, is the gradual change of gradation of color. And if I don't have it dark enough around the edge, I'll come back. I probably don't. I think I need a little bit more. Right at the edge. I'm a little shy there at the edge. You want to get right up against the edge of whatever you're shading so that your shading isn't like floating out in space, so that it's actually attached to your object. That's important if you want it to feel more 3D. And then come back and blend just a little bit more. I think I want it a little bit softer in here, so I'm just going to take my stump and I'm going to lay it more flat instead of pointing upward. I'm going to lay it really flat so it's got a big surface area, and I'm just going to kind of just swirl around in there just to make it a little softer, like that. Here we go. I like it. It needs a highlight right here. Right there and right here. Needs a highlight. I'm going to actually draw it in with my pen. I erased out a little bit of that pencil. Oh, that's too big. Ah. There we go. Yeah, I'm not liking that, but it's too late now. Made it too big. That's better. You can always add things. If you've done something you are unhappy with, you can add stuff until you become happy with it again. That's better. I wasn't super happy with it. I'm still not super happy with it, but I'm happier with that. Like that. Okay, that's better. It needs something. Better. Okay, see? I took something that I was happy with, I added something that I was unhappy with, and then I continued adding until I was happy with it. That's okay. It's a learning process. It's not perfect. And is this thing here, what I did, perfect? Absolutely not. Nope. I think I liked it better before I did that. But I made it work. And you can too. Make sure that you don't beat yourself up when you make unintended marks. Just go with the flow. That's the plan. Just go with the flow. All right, you guys have a great day. If things don't go the way you expect them to today, it's all right. Just, you know, go with the flow. Make a new plan. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.